Elio, the new Pixar movie, has premiered, and like many Pixar films, it brings a touching message about love, family, and friendship through loss. It reminds us that love sometimes means letting go. The story starts with a sad scene. Major Solis takes her nephew, Elio, to a coffee shop. He's just lost his mother. A colleague offers her condolences. Elio hides under the table, refusing to eat. He's afraid and confused. Then Elio sees a video about space, the Voyager probe. Its mission was to prove we're not alone, and that idea stays with him. He becomes obsessed with the stars, dreaming of life beyond Earth. But his aunt Olga is always busy at work. The loss of his parents is very recent, and the profound change in his life clearly frightens him. As time passes, Elio adjusts to life with Olga, but his interest in space becomes more than a hobby. It turns into a mission. He builds equipment, listens for signals, and tries everything to contact alien life, but no reply ever comes. One day, just as Elio believes he's found a signal that could finally connect him with alien life, a boy named Bryce shows up. He's curious, excited, and asks to join Elio's club. Bryce admits he borrowed his dad's radio gear, revealing that he's just as obsessed with space and contact as Elio is. But unlike Elio, Bryce is popular, and he doesn't come alone. He brings along Caleb, loud and disrespectful. Caleb grabs the radio and smashes it. Fed up with being dismissed, Elio stands his ground. He defends what he loves, and a fight breaks out between him and Caleb. The commotion catches the attention of the military base. And to make things worse, Elio ends up injured, his eye badly hurt in the scuffle.
Once, tell me the truth.
Poor kid. Now your big dream feels like a problem to fix.
Oh, I'm not learning Elio Eve.
You going to the seminar tonight? There'll be a speaker from the astronaut selection program. Oh, is this the nephew we've heard so much about?
Yes, that's him. Glordon! Stop it.
Yeah, the kid who talks to stars and dreams big. Maybe that's exactly what makes him special.
Okay, I've got one last meeting, so I need you to sit here and not move or speak or injure yourself for 10 minutes.
To Olga, Elio is a one-kid space program on turbo mode. Later, Olga sits him down and says aliens were never real. Her work has nothing to do with finding life. She just tracks objects in orbit. But nearby, Elio overhears a young analyst named Milmak quietly insisting that Voyager actually made contact. No one believes him except Elio. Milmak claimed Voyager finally made contact, laughed off, ignored, sent home. But Elio overheard everything. Something inside him lit up. That spark is all Elio needs. He sneaks over to the computer, opens a channel, and sends his own message into space. A simple message, full of hope. But the signal overloads the system. And as the lights flicker, Elio rushes home, heart pounding, he starts packing. He truly believes his life is about to change. Olga stops him. She gently tries to reason with Elio, tells him there's no way to reach aliens. It's just not real. She reminds him he's still just a kid. Elio freezes, hurt, confused. He lashes out, saying, "You're not even my real family." She says he's going to military camp for the summer. Later that night, Olga breaks down. On the phone, she whispers, "I never asked for this life." And somewhere under the same sky, Elio stares into the stars, feeling more alone than ever. Wishing, deep down, for a way to break free from his world, to escape the silence, and find a life where he truly belongs. The next day, Elio arrives at camp. Laughter fills the air, but not for him. All he can see is what's missing, someone to understand his world. The only familiar faces, CB and Bryce, aren't there to connect, they're there to settle a score. That night, a strange flash of light cuts through the sky. Elio's heart races. Could it finally be real? But it isn't. Just a cruel prank alien masks, mocking laughs. Terrified, he runs into the forest, chased by fear, by loneliness, by doubt. The prank wasn't the only thing in motion. Back at the station, Olga sees it too. Systems glitch, phones flicker. Something real has broken through. In the forest, the light surrounds Elio. His pursuers fall behind. The world falls quiet. And in that silence, he's taken, lifted away, not with fear, but with a smile, because at last, the contact he dreamed of is real. A small being named O, a supercomputer in disguise, welcomes Elio with a translator and a curious-looking drink. Thanks to this device, Elio can understand and speak with everyone here. This is how his journey begins through the Communiverse, a vast and vibrant galactic community. When they ask where he's from, Elio replies with quiet confidence, "I'm from Earth, and kind of a leader there." Moved by his courage and his planet's message of peace, they invite him to take part in their alliance. Elio's eyes light up. He even discovers he can speak in a language he made up, something he calls ElioNet. Surrounded by dazzling technology, impossible colors, and wondrous shapes, Elio is gifted a special suit fit for a galactic representative. And, for the first time, he feels like he belongs. Later, the ambassadors reveal why they chose him. Years ago, they received a signal from Earth, a message that sparked hope. They show it to Elio, and with a burst of emotion, he realizes it was his message. He's the reason they're here. But not all signals bring peace. Another figure, Lord Grigon, reached out through fear. Rejected by the galaxy, he now threatens to destroy it. Afraid they'll send him home, Elio volunteers to meet Grigon himself. He truly believes, he can change the outcome. The ambassadors agree. None of them seem to realize Elio is just a kid. Before leaving, Elio asks for a clone, a perfect copy, to return to Earth in his place. Back home, his classmates are about to hurt him, but the switch is made just in time. He consults an AI-like guide. Elio gears up to face a tyrant and heads straight for Lord Grigon's ship. Meanwhile on Earth, Olga is furious about the fight she believes Elio had. But when she finds him calm, quiet, and oddly collected, she notices something's changed. He's no longer talking about aliens. Not at all. In the silence of space, Elio approaches the towering ship of Lord Grigon, a leader with no interest in peace. Grigon immediately unleashes his arsenal, demanding respect and venting his anger over being rejected by the galaxy. Elio stays calm. He gently suggests that maybe others just don't understand him, and that it's time to seek something new. Then, Grigon opens up. He admits how hard fatherhood is, how distant he feels from his own son. Elio, quietly moved, says he understands. But it's not the answer Grigon was hoping for. He orders Elio locked away and leaves him with a final threat. He will destroy the Communiverse. Because sometimes, reaching out isn't enough to change someone's heart. On Earth, Olga sees a change in Elio. He's more thoughtful, even helping around the house. Far away, in a dungeon cell, Elio blames himself for everything. He looks out at the stars, afraid the universe is about to fall apart. Then he remembers the gravity stabilizer. He activates it, floats to the ceiling, and slips through a small window, only to get caught in a strange web. He thinks he's about to be eaten by a massive space worm. But when he offers the stabilizer, the creature surprises him. It doesn't want to hurt him. The web is how its mother calms it when it's scared. The worm introduces itself as Glordon. Like Elio, he's just a kid. As they talk, they discover they've both felt alone. And for the first time, Glordon is excited because someone finally sees him. Their conversation is cut short. Someone's discovered Elio has escaped. Elio turns to Glordon and finally admits the truth. He's not a real leader. He only came to stop Lord Grigon. But he doesn't really understand family, because back on Earth, no one's waiting for him. Glordon, moved by his honesty, decides to help. If his father sees him as valuable, maybe he won't destroy everything. They journey through hidden tunnels, two kids from different worlds, sharing stories of distant parents and feeling unloved. Suddenly, a trap springs to life. Rivers of lava roar forward, one of the Empire's deadliest weapons. Without thinking, Glordon shields Elio the only way he can, by hiding him in his mouth. Together, they escape. They return to the ship and head back to the Communiverse, where everyone believes Lord Grigon has had a change of heart. but he hasn't. Elio speaks before the council. He's not here to connect, but to negotiate. And he has Lord Grigon's son. To prove it, they tickle Glordon, who squeals. Grigon hears the sound and thinks his son is being hurt. Panicked, he declares all will be forgiven. He just wants his son back safe and alive. The ambassadors tell Elio the mission is complete. He's earned a place in their world, even his own insignia as Earth's leader. But Elio isn't thinking about titles. All he cares about now is taking care of Glordon, his first real friend. As they travel the Communiverse, Elio and Glordon grow closer, laughing, exploring, and looking out for each other. They share weird space food, help each other through the vomiting, create secret greetings, and walk like the universe belongs to them. But far away, Lord Grigon sees their absence as betrayal. He now plans to make Glordon a soldier, armor, orders, and destiny he never chose. Over time, Elio admits he doesn't feel like he belongs on Earth. Maybe the problem isn't the world, maybe it's him. Glordon doesn't hesitate. He just says, "I don't care. You're my friend. I don't want to lose you." But their moment is interrupted. Lord Grigon arrives for the handover. Glordon pulls back. He doesn't want to become a warrior or follow a path he never chose. He's afraid his father will hate him for not being who he wants. Elio, tired of running but not ready to lose his friend, comes up with a plan. They'll return to the cloning station and create a copy of Glordon. That way, Grigon gets what he wants, and the real Glordon stays free. Elio watches his clone on Earth bond with Olga. It hurts, but deep down, he knows his place is here in the Communiverse. Back on Earth, the clone cooks for Olga. She smiles, but she's testing him. Later, she quietly collects a hair sample and writes in her journal, where she's tracked every strange change since the camp. She's convinced Elio was taken. Then, something unsettling happens. She sees the clone's eye patch doesn't hide anything. No scar, no eye. The clone wakes up and says, "We need to talk." In the Communiverse, Glordon's clone is handed to Lord Grigon. A ceremony begins. The armor is ready. Everyone plays along, even Grigon, until he destroys the clone, knowing it's not his real son. The ambassadors halt everything. They've learned the truth. Elio isn't a leader, he's just a child, and he's been hiding Glordon all along. With Grigon ready to strike, they send Elio back to Earth to keep him safe. Glordon is safe. When the noise outside grows and Elio doesn't return, he gets scared and activates the ship. It's time to go to Earth. The portal opens in the same forest where Elio was taken. He steps out, quietly heartbroken. He couldn't stay in the one place he finally felt like himself. Waiting there are Olga and the clone. She's placed Christmas lights on the ground, spelling a message. "Bring him home." Then she sees Elio's face, scared, uncertain. And she knows. The real Elio is back. She hugs him and says, "The only thing I've ever wanted is you. Because we're family." The clone returns with news. The military found Glordon's ship. Olga is relieved. Elio has a real friend now. The clone gently asks, "Am I still needed, or can I decompose?" Instead, they send him as a distraction. He approaches the soldiers like a lost child, then begins to melt. Panic follows. Elio and Olga reach the ship. Glordon is freezing, his stabilizers failing. Seeing Elio's worry, Olga blocks the military and launches them into space. On their way back, space debris threatens to destroy the ship. Desperate, they call Bryce Elio's old clubmate, but he lacks the right tools. Then they remember someone forgotten, Milmak. When he hears contact with aliens is real, he's all in. Together, they push through and return to the Communiverse. Elio, in tears, thinks he's lost Glordon. But then, something changes. Lord Grigon removes his armor, wraps Glordon in a blanket, and gently lulls him. In a quiet moment, he says, "You don't have to be a warrior. You just have to be happy." He abandons his plan for war. The ambassadors, seeing it all, welcome Elio as one of their own. Olga, moved, is ready to let him stay. But Elio chooses Earth because no matter what, they're family. If this story touched you, subscribe for more animated moments that stay with you. Bound by a friendship, Elio and Bryce, on a quiet rooftop, tune the radio, still hoping to hear from Glordon one more time.